This week, Keir Starmer found himself in the hot seat not just once, but twice. First at Prime Minister's questions, where his evasive tactics usually find some refuge, and then at the Liaison Committee, where the gloves came off. The latter session forced him to confront issues head-on, and what unfolded was nothing short of a spectacle. In today's discussion, we're diving deep into a fiery exchange that left Starmer visibly shaken as his figures were challenged and thoroughly dismantled, leaving him backed into a corner with no escape route. Let's break down the key moments. Starmer attempted to defend Labour's inheritance tax and property relief policies, claiming they were designed to strike a balance between raising revenue and protecting family farms. He insisted that most farms would remain unaffected by the changes, citing data to support his argument. However, committee members wasted no time in challenging the integrity of his claims. They pointed out glaring inconsistencies in his figures regarding agricultural and business property relief, exposing cracks in his narrative. When pressed about the 500 estates he referenced, he faltered. The committee made it clear that his figures did not account for certain exemptions, which undermined his argument. Starmer repeatedly insisted that the figure was robust, but the more he spoke, the more it became evident that he was floundering. His refusal to acknowledge the discrepancies only served to heighten the tension in the room. The committee members were relentless, pressing him to reconsider the data, yet Starmer danced around the question of whether he would push the Chancellor to meet with farming unions, a request that had already been met with refusal. The atmosphere grew increasingly charged as Starmer defended his meetings with the National Farmers Union, NFU, president. He insisted there was no issue with meeting, yet he failed to encourage the Chancellor to follow suit. This blatant evasion revealed a troubling pattern, a leader more concerned with political optics than meaningful engagement with the very communities his policies impact. The committee's frustration was palpable, especially when one member recounted the emotional toll these policies have taken on farmers, noting that a witness had broken down during a previous hearing. Starmer's response was shockingly tone-deaf. Rather than express genuine empathy, he fell back on his rehearsed defense of Labour's policies. The lack of compassion in his response was striking. Instead of recognizing the gravity of the situation, he stubbornly repeated that they had set out the policy and that he had been clear about that. This rigid adherence to a predetermined stance, despite evidence of its detrimental effects, painted a picture of a leader more focused on maintaining his party's image than addressing the real-world consequences of its decisions. Moreover, Starmer's attempt to present his private meeting with the NFU president as a significant gesture of engagement only backfired. By downplaying the meeting as not conducted with a great fanfare, he inadvertently highlighted the dismissive approach Labour has taken towards crucial agricultural issues. His failure to advocate for the Chancellor to meet with farming unions only reinforced the perception of a leader disconnected from the struggles of those he claims to represent. Starmer's performance at the Liaison Committee can only be described as a masterclass in political evasion. His vague, non-committal answers and refusal to take decisive action revealed a leader woefully unprepared to confront the challenges at hand. For someone who aspires to lead the country, his lack of empathy for struggling farmers, coupled with his reluctance to hold his Chancellor accountable, raises serious questions about his competence and sincerity. Instead of offering solutions, Starmer solidified his reputation as a leader fixated on defending the status quo, rather than addressing the pressing challenges facing Britain's agricultural sector. His inability to engage meaningfully with the committee left not just the panel frustrated, but countless farmers, whose livelihoods are precariously hanging in the balance, feeling utterly abandoned. This week's events have made one thing clear: Starmer's leadership is under scrutiny, and his failure to confront the pressing issues facing farmers is a glaring weakness. As he continues to dodge accountability and transparency, it becomes increasingly evident that he is prioritizing political convenience over the real needs of the people he professes to represent. The stakes are high, and the agricultural community deserves a leader who will stand firm and advocate for their interests rather than sidestep the tough questions. Thank you for watching. If you have thoughts or opinions, do share them in the comments below. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel for more updates, and join us on Telegram for exclusive content and discussions. Your support means the world to us.